Hey everybody, and welcome back to Off Topic with your hosts Khadeem and Doug. Doug, it's been a little bit since we saw each other. How you been?
Not doing too bad. We're getting into the mix of this working out thing. Making that part of my schedule has been interesting. And then, other than that, not a ton going on. Bronson's about to be on summer break.
Okay.
Um, and then, oh, I forgot to tell you, had a weird dream. You and I were, I don't know where we were, but there's like this new idea of like, how Top Golf is like golf and drinking.
Yeah.
There's like a basketball and drinking type thing. And we were like at the first one. I don't know why we were at the opening of it, but there was just like so so much basketball. Like you're like the layout was like there's like a square with a bar in the middle,
Hmm.
and all the way around the outside of the square was just basketball hoops and just dudes just going at it at basketball. And like you and I we were just walking around drinking, and I don't even know why. Like I don't know what would spur that on, but we were at the grand opening of the basketball and beer or whatever. I don't know what they're going to call it, but it was interesting. I don't know why that was happening, but we were there. Just so you know, if anybody
Was
ever asks, you were at the first one.
did I dunk on any of the rims?
No, you were. We were just drinking and walking around. I don't really know why, but I feel like we were in New York, and I've never even been to New York like that, so I don't really know what was going on.
Alrighty.
Yeah, no, I forgot to tell you. I was like, I might as well just wait and tell them on the podcast. But yeah, so we were at the grand opening of the basketball and beers or whatever version of Top Golf.
Sounds great. We'll have to go when it opens. Started things off. The last time we were on the pod, we told everybody about our intentions to start working out, start eating better, start getting more active, get healthy.
Yeah.
How's that been the last 2 weeks for you?
Overall, I would say it's been successful. This past weekend, I had a rough weekend. I didn't like drink any pop or anything, so that probably helped a little bit. But I did eat pretty poorly.
Mhm.
Um, so I got on the scale this morning. I was at 265, which isn't terrible, but I definitely gained at least 2 to 3 pounds over like the past 4 to 5 days. Um, which is not awful in terms of the overall goal, but just a bad weekend. So yeah, I think I started working out and like deciding to lose weight, I was closer to like 275. So being down still around 10 pounds is still
Good
impressive for
Lord.
me.
That's
Um,
super impressive.
but you know, it did catch up to me this weekend and cheated quite a bit on what I was trying to accomplish. What about you? I mean, you're the stronger of us two based on our working out. How do you feel overall?
I don't know about that. I mean, I felt good. I'm really just happy that we've been going consistently. Like there
Yeah.
are some days where our workouts are really crazy, and like we look at our watch and we've burned, like 800 calories. And there are other days where it's a little lower, but I think the most important part is us committing it to routine and doing it over and over.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm a little easier on my diet than you are, but that's because I'm able to eat the same things every day. Like
Hmm.
I can air fry some chicken wings and have rice and be fine. So like I still get things like wings. I just don't like have to I don't go to beat ups or anything anymore.
Right.
But numbers are coming in. They're starting to come in good. Workouts are getting a little easier in the sense that, especially the cardio part, like you're in much better shape than me and you do way better when we do cardio. You
Yeah. I
do way
mean,
better.
I think also based on like where we are, um, I think we got to like let's try to incorporate more like free weights and things like that because I know it's hard where we work out. There's usually a shit ton of people over there,
Hmm.
but I don't know. There's something about like the machines, they
Oh yeah.
help and everything, but I don't know if we do as well when we do the machines.
Also, you're always sitting with the machines. Yeah, I prefer to do the free weights as well.
Um, but I think, yeah, I mean, based on what I've seen, um, I think, yeah, I mean, I'm good with where we are. Obviously, cardio is something that I've been trying to play more basketball in between like workouts and things too to like just stay active. And that was what usually like really helped me when I was younger, was just being active all the time. Like there's just such a difference when you're older that you're just not as active as you once were, and it definitely shows when you're trying to get back into working out. Whatever like this like the middle of your in between your ribs is, I definitely have like stretched that out, and like sometimes it like is hurting because I just hadn't done anything for a long ass time. And like finally moving all that stuff is just like, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, that's like something I didn't like even think about hurting, was like the muscle, like the whatever's in between your ribs. I can't even think of what the word is now, but it definitely hurts some days. Like, I don't know, just it's been interesting getting back into it for sure.
Okay, so we'll keep everybody updated moving forward. But so far, first 2 weeks, very successful. I commend you just for showing up. Like you show up and you don't bitch about the workouts. You just get shit done.
There's nothing to complain about, because like I just want to get better, so it doesn't really, I'm already there. We might as well just do it. And based on like what was it, Friday that we went? I think the move's got to be stairs. I'm sorry, it's got to be stairs for me.
Yeah,
it was
Stairmasters.
it was 92% fat burn. Like, and I only did it for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Like, it's got to be the move.
I'll try it. I just don't think I can go as long as I go on the other things right now, but I will try it.
Maybe we do like 5 minutes on the stairs and 5 minutes on the
elliptical.
Is it an elliptical? Is that what it's called? That way we get at least 10 solid minutes of cardio, and at least that's a way to start.
Okay. So what we're going to move to, I suspect, is going to be your favorite topic we cover today.
Most certainly.
They have announced a sequel to The Meg.
Oh my God. The Meg is like, just such a perfect, just monster. Is it a great movie? No, but is it fucking fun? Yes, dude. And you know what I thought was even better about it was it like took place in Japan. Like, it didn't like it wasn't America. It didn't take place in America, where like everybody's like in on the idea, like let's blow this fucking thing up. Like it was more like it just didn't have that like American overwhelming, let's destroy it. Like, yes, they wanted to destroy it, but they were also scientists. They were trying to figure out like how did it get through the trench, and like there was just more to it. It not being in America, in my opinion, I think it really helped. And like I've said on here before, just big ass sharks are just so fucking fun, man. Like I just love the concept of the megalodon. Like it's just cool. And Jason Statham, like we said, you put him in a movie like this and it works literally 10 out of 10 times. He should have been in 65 million and it would have been perfect. Like this is his alley. Nobody should even try to come down this alley, because this is just where Jason Statham should live. He's just perfect for these type movies.
Have you seen how much bigger the shark is than the first one?
Well, so there was 2 sharks in the first one, right? And they were both smaller than this one?
Yes. So the one at the very, very end, I guess, that was way bigger than the first one. I guess that might be this one.
Because the first one was like a juvenile, and then the second one like comes out of nowhere, eats it off the like half deck, half water. And that one was pretty massive.
And that's at the very end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's the same as this one. This thing is gigantic. Like, it looks like a meme. I don't see why it would eat people when it can eat every whale in existence.
Because here's the thing. If it's eating all the whales, we don't care.
We do, but okay. Yeah, I guess.
But do we are we going out of our way? Maybe.
It's just ridiculous how big this thing is.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's and like Jason Statham killed the first one with a harpoon through the eye. Like, it was so cool.
Something tells me they're gonna nuke this thing, but
I hope they do. I hope they nuke it, because that's just what we need.
It's just so goddamn big.
It looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait.
As I told you, I'm happy that people are going back to the movies to see bad movies. Yeah. And I'm going to be there for the Meg 2. Regrettably, but I'll be there.
No, It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. Those movies are just fun. Yeah, so count me in. Meg 2. Can't wait. Hopefully there's a
Okay.
Meg 3.
Alrighty. Mortal Kombat was announced. Mortal Kombat 1, going back from 11, they're skipping 12, they're rebooting everything. So we have the big three fighting games coming out this year: Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat 1. What are you most excited for?
Um, Probably Mortal Kombat 1.
Mhm.
Just because, like, I don't know. I forget the last time Mortal Kombat game I played, but I think it's interesting that they're doing a reboot and like a refreshing of
Mhm.
everything. Um, so I'm gonna say Mortal Kombat 1. Uh, I don't know. Sub Zero has always been like my favorite character, and he's been in every game. And I just ever since like I played it on the arcade and figured out how to shoot the little ice out of my hands, I've always liked Sub Zero. So I'm gonna say Mortal Kombat 1. But if Ogre is in Tekken 8,
Oh my God.
I will at least try to jump in the air and breathe fire on somebody because I always enjoyed that too.
So I've always been a little better at Tekken. If you say which of those three games are you most likely to beat a random person in, I'm going to say Tekken. I'm going to get Steve Fox. I'm going to abuse the fuck out of somebody. But the last few Mortal Kombat games have had such a great storyline that I'm actually more excited for that, just for the story.
Okay.
Like, if you haven't kept up with the Mortal Kombat games, Liu Kang has replaced Raiden as the god of Earthrealm.
Nice.
So, like, now it was Thunder God Raiden, now it's like Fire God Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I really want to see where this story goes now that it's Liu Kang that's reset the timeline. So Mortal Kombat has a really great theme going through their last couple games, really coherent story. So I'm more excited for that. I don't play Street Fighter at all because I'm terrible.
That's
Are
fair.
you a Street Fighter person?
I've only played a few times, and it was on the Sega Genesis.
Hmm.
I haven't played Street Fighter forever, but I used to enjoy being Baraka.
That's Mortal Kombat.
No. What's or
Blanca.
Bacchus? Geez, sorry.
Blanca. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect Street Fighter, and I know it's like one of the greatest, but it's just it's not me.
But I do also like Baraka. I like the
Yeah.
the spikes and stuff that comes out of his arms.
Just touching on it this upcoming Thursday. So Thursday the 25th will be the PlayStation Showcase. A lot of rumored games to be announced. We might get a Ghost of Tsushima 2, might get a Metal Gear reboot. Definitely going to see more of the new Spider-Man game coming up. So we'll cover that on our next pod. And talk about all the exclusives that losers who bought an Xbox won't be able to play.
Okay.
You saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah, it was something. So here's what I'll say about it right off the bat. It felt like a Phase 3 movie, and I really enjoyed that because I haven't been all in on Phase 4 and going into Phase 5. So I really liked that it felt like we were back where it kind of started again. I think James Gunn does a great job of his movies have like a certain feel to them, and like they also like did a really good job bringing Rocket full 180 all the way back to where he started, and he got to get revenge on the people that took all of his friends away and what made him what he is. So that was really nice too. The High Evolutionary was a very solid villain. I can see that guy getting a lot more acting jobs going forward just based on how well he did as the villain in this movie. We got to see Star-Lord finally go home, and we saw Drax get a family again. I think it really did a great job tying all the Guardians together and bringing them back to where they were supposed to be originally. We got to see the introduction of Adam Warlock. He wasn't fully developed, so he's a little stupid, which is fine. He wasn't fully matured. They mentioned that would happen. So while, I'm used to him kind of being just a stoic ass kicker, he was just kind of an idiot, which is whatever. Gamora, this version of her just never fell back in love with Quill, and it like kind of really fucked with him. And that was a solid, story. And Nebula kind of like stepped in and was there for him when he needed it. And Nebula's had a really great story arc if you follow all the way through. The torture, everything that she's had happen to her, to come back around and like really be a part of the team and really kind of be the mother of the team is like really great for her. And then at the end, we get the new Guardians with Rocket as the leader, which is really fun. And yeah, they've just, everything came together in a really good way. I wouldn't say it like was, I would never say it was like a 10 out of 10, but it was probably 7.5 to 8, I would say. 7.5 to 8. I mean, it was a solid movie. It felt like another strong Phase 3 movie, and that's what I really like. Like I really, really miss Phase 3. Like it just felt like Phase 3 was clicking, and this felt like it was back to Phase 3. And that's what I like about it.
So let me ask you this. If you take out the Avengers movies, like we're just going to discard those, is this a top 3 trilogy from the MCU? Obviously, number 1 is going to be Cap. But you've got Iron Man, Spider-Man.
If Guardians of the Galaxy 2 wasn't as forgettable as it is, I would say it would be 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably Captain America. I ranked these. Let me see. What did I rank them the other day? 1 second. I can't remember what I ranked them now. I wouldn't have Thor in mind, but I would be very surprised if people didn't have Thor in their top 3. People really like Thor. I had it Captain America 1. I had Guardians 2. I had Iron Man 3. I had Spider-Man 4, and I had Ant-Man 5.
Really? You had Spider-Man under Iron Man?
Yeah. Besides, I don't know.
Iron Man 1's really good. I kind of hate the other 2, but okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's people like Spider-Man, or people like Iron Man 3 a lot more than I thought they did. Also, I was surprised about that too. It's kind of a toss-up. I don't know. I probably give Iron Man 1 a lot of credit. It's probably the second
of the MCU
best solo movie. I don't know. It's close. People are really weird about their Marvel movies now at this point. So, but yeah, I don't know. Guardians is probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
It kind of depends. I like it better than Spider-Man, but it's close.
Okay. So
yeah, I mean, if Guardians 2 wasn't as bad, it would be an easy second.
So James Gunn just finished Guardians 3.
Yeah.
He's coming over to be the new godfather of the DC cinematic universe.
Yeah.
How much faith do you have in James Gunn?
Probably like an 8 out of DC. Like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I don't see how he fails. I just don't. I don't know. He's just good at what he does. Like, here's the thing. If Flash is as good as people say it is,
it won't be, but okay.
Why would everybody lie about it?
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Stephen King has literally no ties to the DCU, and he said it's fantastic. Why would he lie about it?
Okay. Keep going.
No, I'm actually asking you. I want an answer.
I just don't think it'll be that good. But that's just me.
But why? But like, what do you don't think is going to be good about it? Ezra Miller's not gonna assault anybody in the movie. He's not gonna take over Hawaii.
I don't. Here's my thing. James Gunn, I do agree that I think James Gunn does what he does well.
Yeah.
The issue is, I think James Gunn is going to do what DC needs. I just don't want it from him.
Who do you want?
James Gunn came out like 3-4 months ago and had like a 6-minute video on Twitter and laid out the DC plan. He was like, we're starting with Superman Legacy. We're moving to this. We're moving to this. These three are going to be shows. Then we're going to have this, 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 and this. That's exactly what DC needs. DC needs to do kind of like Marvel did. Thor 1 sucked. Who cares? We're doing Thor 2 and 3. Like, this movie wasn't good. We're still doing it. We have a plan, and we're going to hit each and every one and build up a certain way. I think that formula worked. I thought Zack Snyder did amazing with Man of Steel. I really like Batman versus Superman, but because they didn't have the success that obviously Marvel was having, DC panicked and abandoned the Zack Snyder plan and kind of went off road. And that's where I think we started to get worse, right? I wish that DC or Zack Snyder or whoever had this plan for Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck in them, because I actually do think that Henry's the best Superman we've had. I don't think that's really close. Okay. I prefer Ben Affleck I like Robert Pattinson. I guess we'll see how he does in his next movie. But
it's also a different kind of Batman. It's a different kind of Batman.
Yeah. But like I really thought Ben Affleck was a good Batman, actually. I was very okay with the more edgy, dark, hopeless Batman. So for me I've been kind of invested a lot of emotional stock in this, and for me to see this get flushed down the shitter kind of sucks. But I think he can do well. It's kind of what you don't want. I just don't want it. That's me being honest.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. I just, like, as much as a DC fan as you are, I'm surprised you don't want someone that has such a track record of being successful in this realm.
Because he's gonna, like, for example, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the Suicide Squad sequel was very good.
Yeah,
I thought, but I don't want a bunch of jokes in my Batman movie. Like,
those people are also made to be that way. I don't think he's gonna have Batman be like that.
And if not, then I'll say that was a good decision. If there's not a bunch of jokes, I'll say that's
two groups that they're not serious like that.
But that's all I can work off of, you know.
I mean, what do you think he's gonna have Superman dancing to 80s music in the Superman Legacy? No.
Let's see. I don't know how you can say. I don't know how you can put it past.
That's not fair.
Here's the thing. I remember a couple years ago when we sat up here and you said, and I said, I'm not going to like this Thor Ragnarok movie because it's going to be too funny. And you was like, it's an apocalypse movie. They're not going to make it funny. And then it came out and Thor Ragnarok is going to be the funniest Marvel movie yet. And I said, I told you. And he was like, oh, well, what I'm saying is I liked a more grounded, a more serious Superman. If it's, I guess, cool if they want to go back to kind of the campy 80s stuff, like the up and away bullshit, sure. But it's just not what I'm going to enjoy. And I think that's more of what we're going to get.
I hope not, but I guess it's possible. I just, like, I also don't, like, I'm not basing my entire thing around characters who they're just not. I mean, the Guardians never mattered. So it didn't matter if they sung and danced and messed around. The Suicide Squad never mattered, so it didn't matter if they were funny. Like, these characters are also well established.
I thought it worked for them, to be honest with you.
But that's what I mean. But, like, it worked, but we also know that Batman's not like that. So why would we ever assume he would make Batman like that?
What I'm saying, once I see that he's not, I'll be more open. Until then, I have to assume he's going to do what I think there's a reason you bring James Gunn in. I don't think you bring but you don't bring. I don't think you bring James Gunn in and say, create Matt Miller's Batman or Matt Reeves's, like, create a Matt Reeves universe type thing, right? Because that's not what James Gunn does.
Well,
so that's what I'm saying. I think there's a reason that you use a certain director because you like the feel of his movies.
I just can't imagine Superman and Batman being a musical.
I can't either, but what I'm saying is I do think there's a reason. For example, with Zack Snyder, if you saw Watchmen, and you saw 300. The way BVS is doesn't surprise you. It flows very similar to those two movies, right? He has a style as a director. If James Gunn has a style, I don't know if you bring him in and say, we want you to do the complete opposite of that shit for this Superman movie.
But then if you watch his movie with the zombies, it's got humor in it. It's not like it's just like, I don't know. It's not. So I'm not.
Think about Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I thought Dawn of the Dead was fine. What is the point you're making with that one?
It's got humor in it. It's not like it's always just darkness with Zack Snyder.
I mean, yeah, but I think that's more of Zack breaking and adding a little humor versus Gunn, who you expect that from. Like, here are some James Gunn movies. We've obviously got Guardians. We've got Super. We've got Scooby-Doo. Now, I didn't see Brightburn.
What's Super?
It's a comedy movie. It was a comedy movie. That was a
Who's in it? I can't remember. I'm actually asking. I don't
remember. No, it's a very small movie. It's a very small movie. It's called Super Shut Up Crime. Oh, this is the one with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page. Yeah, I saw this once. It's a very forgettable movie.
Okay.
But it seems like most of his movies are comedy centered, right? Which I'm not going to fault him for. That's what he does. But I want to see if I can't imagine him leaving that behind for Batman.
Okay, well, there's going to be okay. Well, then this will not be successful if he makes Batman a musical. It will not be successful if he makes Superman. It just won't be then, I guess. It just won't be successful if he does those things. I just don't picture him messing up a whole universe for no reason.
I think it could still be successful. Here's the thing. If you look, Ragnarok is a movie about an apocalypse, and it was a comedy. And I'm in the minority. A lot of people.
But James Gunn didn't do Ragnarok, so why does it matter?
What I'm saying is, fans like what fans like, right? So when Thor movies got funnier and funnier, people were good with it. When we're in the middle, when in fucking Infinity War, he's like, who is this man? And he's like, that's not, he was like, and Drax is like, that's not a dude. You're a dude. This is a man. I thought that's corny as fuck. Fans eat that shit up. So, and here's the thing. It's not a secret. Obviously, for the last 15 years, Marvel has completely ran the superhero game in movies. So if you're going to copy Marvel style, I think you copy Marvel style. I think that's why you get James Gunn.
Okay. I would hope that they wouldn't do that with certain characters, but I guess it's possible.
Yeah, I think if fans think it's enough like a Marvel movie and they just want to go to the movie and have fun, sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just leave the darker movie, like for Matt Reeves, and just say, oh, the Batman is Elseworld. We're not going to have those types of movies in the main DCU.
All right. Well, we'll see. Superman Legacy comes out in like 2 years, so we'll see.
Still don't even know who Superman is.
We got the dog. It's fine.
I'm thinking they're going to actually show at the end of Flash. I think at the end of Flash, when he reboots everything, because we know Henry's Superman now. And when he switches everything and goes, it's Superwoman. I think he's going to come back to his world at the end and see Superman. And he's going to be expecting Henry. And then he's going to see it somebody completely different. And whoever we see at the end is going to be the Superman.
Why would he all of a sudden be so much younger?
Because it's Flashpoint. He resets the world or the DC universe.
Yeah, but
so everything resets, everything reformed. So
how old would Barry be then? Why? I don't know.
I mean, we got to see the movie. I don't know. I'm just saying, like with the New 52, what happened was Flash ran back in time to save his mom, and it changed the world and made everything terrible. So he ran back to stop himself, but instead of things forming normally, it changed every DC character. Like it's like a ripple through time that kind of reset the universe. That's why we got like the new 52
Yeah,
run.
but are we getting Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Nope, he's gone.
Okay, well,
Would love to see that.
it should be interesting. I personally don't think James Gunn's going to go straight comedy with certain characters, but I guess it is possible. What else do we got today?
We have our media recap. I just finished Vikings. Really, really liked it. And it's unfortunate that it's one of those shows where it had really good actors, and I don't think many of them are going to get roles again. Because I think a lot of them did too well in their roles in that show. There's a guy, like, my favorites are basically, for those who don't know, it's a story following Ragnar Lothbrok, who is the Viking who essentially leads Vikings to the west, to like they're the first ones to encounter England. So it follows his story, then the stories of his sons.
Mm-hmm.
And you can argue his sons are even greater than he is with what they accomplish. It's just a phenomenal fucking family. But like the actor who plays Ragnar did really good as Ragnar. The actor who plays Bjorn is fucking incredible. I'd actually be okay with him being Kratos. His name is Alexander Ludwig. I would be okay with him as a young Kratos. He was phenomenal as a Viking, though. And that's why I think some of them won't get other roles, because it's very hard to see them not as Vikings. Probably the best acting on the show came from, Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård. Mm-hmm. His brother's in here as a Viking named Floki, who's really good. He plays a crazy guy. And then one of Ragnar's sons is named Ivar the Boneless, and he was a bastard, but damn, he was really, really good. So yeah, that's great show if you're into history, especially like Viking times, learning about, seeing how their religion was, seeing how they went west and how they interacted with the Christians, stuff like that. It's a great show to watch. And the action gets pretty good by the end.
Okay. From what you said, Vikings does sound like it's a very good, very solid show. Is there something you're starting next?
So that's what I'm looking for. The options are Peaky Blinders.
I think you'll like that.
Full Metal Alchemist.
I think you'll love that.
I still need to watch Edge of Tomorrow, but that's just
a movie. You can do that right now. I'm actually interested to see what you say about Edge of Tomorrow, because I think it's one of the better sci-fi movies of like the
past years. I've heard great things. Is it better than Arrival? I know they're different types.
It's a much different concept.
I know they're much different types.
It's hard to compare because they're very different.
Okay.
One's fighting and one's based on communication, so it's not really the same.
Arrival is good.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see, because like Arrival it's really good because it's so much different than the usual Alien movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like, watch it. So I want to know. I really want to know how you feel about it.
I'll probably watch it tomorrow night, so I have something to do while the Celtics get swept.
That's a different story.
Yeah. I'll probably get through Full Metal Alchemist. Isn't that long, is it?
It's not, and that I'm excited.
I'll probably force myself to watch Full Metal next. That's probably what I'll start at some point this week.
Alphonse Elric, great.
Does it? Great. Is there phenomenal voice acting? Like, do I need to go dub or sub in this? What's the recommendation?
Oh, I enjoy the dub, dude. Here's my thing. I totally understand. Sub people, they're great. But here's the thing. There's nothing like going through and watching a show and pointing out voices like, oh, that's Shanks. Oh, that's Zorro / All Might / Piccolo / Vegeta. Like it's just fun to do that, and there's so many voices. Like you'll just pick them up as you go. I just enjoy the hell out of picking out people's voices.
So, and
And
that's
here's
why
the thing: if you don't absolutely love Fuhrer Bradley, I feel like I don't know what your taste is anymore.
I feel like with sub versus dub, there are certain people who will make me watch a dub. Like Chris Sabat, he does the voice of Vegeta, All Might, Zoro, and he brings it.
He's in
So
it.
anytime he's in it, I'm probably gonna watch the. I thought My Hero has an amazing dub.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I enjoy it.
like
Yeah.
I will watch My Hero dub, but like Naruto, I liked better in sub. One Piece, I like sub better just because I think Zoro's voice actor is amazing.
Yeah, but he's still got Chris Sabat as his.
He does, he does, he
So
does.
I
That
mean,
is true.
Luffy's voice is kind of annoying in dub,
Mhm.
but I still watch the dub in One Piece for the most part. I mean, I've watched it in sub now because it's not caught up, but
Mhm.
um, I'm trying to think what else is a really good dub. Not you
Yeah.
don't you haven't watched it, but Yu Yu Hakusho has a good dub.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of good dubs. People are just like, here's the thing: I don't give a shit. If you want, if you want to be a snob and watch everything in sub, great. But just
You
shut
know,
the fuck up about it. Like
you
I
know
don't.
the main reason I think subs so much cooler is it's there's two reasons. One, you're able to cuss easier in sub, and that might be a thing from the past. But
Probably.
I remember I was watching Naruto as a kid, and the dub says something like "I'll crush you," but the sub said like "I'll beat your ass." And as a
Yeah.
kid, I was like, "Oh, that's so much cooler."
But you also got to remember those are plat or
That was like for Toonami and shit.
what's the
Like,
word where you yeah it's formatted for
yeah.
a kid's television show, so it's not the same. That's the
The
same
other
reason you can't
reason,
smoke back on you couldn't smoke
yeah.
cigarettes on too much. But yeah,
The other reason is I can't recognize bad voice acting in a language I don't speak. Like, I don't know if you ever saw,
this guy could be terrible and I wouldn't even know.
and that's like, I don't know if you ever saw, it's called like Yusuke. It's on Netflix. It's by Lakeith Stanfield. It's like a
Oh,
samurai anime.
it's horrible. I know.
It The voice acting in that is so bad that I can't watch it. If that was in Japanese, I'd have no problem because I can't recognize bad voice acting in a language I don't speak.
Well, Laketh can't speak Japanese.
That and that's the thing. If I would if even if I can hear a bad voice act like in you or in Full Metal, I might hear somebody and be like, God, this voice really doesn't fit. But if I'm watching Japanese, I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm just reading. I'm mostly reading the subtitles anyway. But
Sure.
I will try Full Metal this week. What are you moving on to?
Two characters I think you're gonna love: Fuhrer Bradley and Roy Mustang. I think you're gonna really enjoy both of those guys.
Do I see them
Um,
early?
what
Do I see
you
them early?
you meet Roy pretty fast, and then you run into Fuhrer Bradley a couple times before you really get into it. Um, but the reason you like Roy Mustang is he carries this lighter around and he uses fire. He's pretty cool.
Okay.
Um, but I'll be surprised if you don't really like Ed and Alphonse, their relationship, the two brothers. But I don't know. Sometimes your taste is interesting. I'm getting ready to start Bleach. I'm speeding through Attack on Titan again real quick. Just because it's been a while since I've watched it, and it's really not that many episodes on Netflix. So I'm just speeding through those episodes real quick. And then what else am I watching? I don't know what I'm watching. Finishing Attack on Titan again, and then watching Bleach, and then yeah, I don't know. I'm not really watching anything else right now. Once I watch something, I just kind of power through it real quick and then move on to the next one. So yeah, I'm getting ready to watch Bleach, like I told you guys last time, and then I'm watching Attack on Titan right now because it's not as long. But I am looking forward to starting Bleach.
Okay. So everybody at home knew it was coming. We've got to talk One Piece.
Yeah, let's go. We missed last week too.
Yeah. So 1083, 1084. Give me your thoughts.
So I want to start off like I think the Holy Knights concept is really cool. I'm excited to see the revolutionaries potentially clash with them. What do you think about the silhouette being so similar to Shanks's?
I think so. Two things. One, I think it's intentionally meant to throw us off
Or
because I just don't think with Oda, I don't think there's any point in trying to guess who these people are.
yeah, no, I'm not trying to guess.
But,
I'm wondering about the silhouette.
but it would make sense for two reasons. One, Shanks did stop the war and gets a lot of respect. Two, and two, remember Shanks was able to just walk up to the
Kurosi.
and just have a meeting with them. So it would make sense. I do love the concept. To me, when I think of the Holy Knights, I think of them as the upper level of the warlords. The warlords are for the government and do their bidding. The Holy Knights are even stronger and do the bidding directly of the Gurosi.
Okay.
So I like that idea, but I think that's an intentional red herring from Oda. What
That's
do you?
fair. I think it's. I mean, I just think it's cool. I like the concept. I like that they have their own like unit of like elite soldiers type guys.
Mm-hmm.
I probably agree that it's more of a like to throw us off that it looks like Shanks because of some of the things that Shanks has done.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to think that Shanks definitely has a connection to the government, like deeper than what's been let on. Like he could potentially be like the son of a celestial dragon or something like that, or have ties to the Holy Land. I don't know. I want to see where it goes for sure. And then also want to touch on Sabo. I mean, I know that the admirals couldn't go all out, but they were in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Like the bird dude, what is it, Crosso?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing work. Like I don't know. Like I was surprised at how well they did, given the fact that the admirals couldn't go all out.
Yeah, I think Sabo excluded. It seems like the revolutionaries are somewhere between Zoro and Sanji's level of strength. Like all of them can, box with an admiral if necessary. And like you said, the admirals weren't going all out, but it's clear they were pretty relative. Sabo I put above them, but they were decently strong. The one thing before we move on from the Holy Knights that I wish they hadn't done, I actually kind of wish they hadn't brought Mihawk and Crocodile into Cross Guild.
Why is that?
Just because I think it would be cooler if, excuse me, I think it would be cooler if the Gurosi went and picked out somebody like Mihawk and took him out of the Warlords and brought him into the Holy Knights. And was basically like, we only need the strongest of the strong.
Yeah, but I don't know. Does that fit his character in your opinion? Because I feel like he's still, at that point, he wanted to be a loner. Even now, he doesn't feel like he really wants to be, but he knows he needs to be part of the group. So I don't know if he accepted it.
I really don't know why he became a warlord in the first place. Like he was Marine Hunter. I don't know why he became a warlord anyway. That's just kind of weird to me.
But I think it's just to have autonomy and be able to do whatever you want.
But no, we can talk about that. I actually have a theory. So that was 1083, 1084. We see Cobra meets with the other high up celestial dragons. He tells the story of Lily. I'm pronouncing it just like that because it's VV. Her mom is TT, and I think the ancestor would be Lily, but it might just be Lily. But he tells the story of her, and of course we see Aim come and sit on the throne. I have a theory.
Yeah, what's that?
Two theories, actually. I don't think that the Gurosi are the ancestors of, are the descendants of those original people who made that pact. I think they are the same dragons who did. They're the same celestial dragons. I think the government finds whoever has Bonnie's fruit and uses it to de-age them. So they're essentially immortal.
Okay. I like that. I think it's interesting. So you're saying they always locate Bonnie?
Yes, whoever has that fruit, yes. And they come and they use that to de-age her. De-age them.
Okay.
Because the way Cobra said it, he said, "Do y'all specifically know what happened to Lily?" And it makes it seem like he wasn't talking about history only. They would know. I feel like he was asking like, "What do y'all know? Like y'all were there."
Okay. Okay, I like that. That's an interesting theory. I like that. I mean, that would give her fruit like an important meaning to the government. So I do think that's good. What do you think about the Straw Hats once again waging war on the world government with their fleet, attacking another celestial dragon?
I mean, it had to have happened, and I was so glad Charlo died.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck him.
he's such a bitch. That was the third time in this show he should have died. So Zoro didn't get to do it. Luffy didn't get to do it. I like that they threw in the little Godfather reference.
Yeah.
Look how they massacred my boy.
It was so good.
You want to know? My second theory is with Lily or Lily. I think that's who started Amazon Lily.
The all women place?
Yeah. Where Boa is. Yeah.
That would make sense.
They said she never made it home, never made it back to Alabasta. I bet that's who went and started Amazon Lily, or Amazon Lily as it might be called now, moving forward.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's a smart theory too. So what do you think about the throne and Emu sitting on the throne, protected by the 19 swords? He's the one true king now.
I feel like he's probably always been. If my theory is correct, I don't think you can have something where there isn't someone on top. I just don't think that works. Like, I think he would have always been the king. I think he's just silent behind the scenes until he needs to move. I've seen people say some funny shit about him. Like, because there were swords on the ground. Somebody said he's a swordsman. And they said,
not why they're on the ground.
I know, but somebody thought that meant he's a swordsman. And they said, you know what that means? Mihawk's better because he's the best swordsman. I was like, you people are insufferable.
Oh man.
My thing is his size. He's so small.
Yeah, he is small.
I wonder if I just recently de-aged him.
Is he from the land of Tato?
I'm not going to be able to take him seriously. But see, like, I didn't think Aim was that strong. I thought he just had like one of those great weapons.
I mean,
I'm not sure what to think if he's actually a hitter himself.
If he's not, that's a problem.
Is it though?
Yeah. It's all like we're leading to this final battle, and he's literally the king of everything.
I think Blackbeard. So so potential final battles. We have Shanks as a potential opponent, Blackbeard as a potential opponent, Akainu as a potential opponent. I don't think Akainu's likely, but he leads the military. And we have Aim. We know the first three are strong, so I guess it makes sense to say Aim is gonna have to be strong.
Yeah.
I just feel like Aim has the backing of that weapon. I think Aim has that ship or whatever it is that just nukes the fuck out of an island and makes it go away.
Oh, the one that Ice Pops talked about?
Yeah, because if Aim has that and he can fucking fight, like some people, I've seen people say that they think Luffy and Blackbeard are going to have to team up.
Yeah.
Like Law and Luffy did against Doffy.
That's a much different relationship. That's a much different relationship.
So there's people who think that that's what Garp and Roger did to Rocks.
Yeah, but
I don't like that. I don't like Luffy teaming up with Blackbeard.
I would rather Luffy and Kobe teamed up.
I'm here for it.
That makes much more sense than Luffy and Blackbeard.
I'm here for it. I take Luffy and anybody. Luffy and Sabo.
Okay, but here's the thing. It has to be an unlikely alliance. Luffy and Sabo aren't an unlikely alliance.
You know, Luffy and Dragon kind of would be. Because Dragon doesn't give a fuck about Luffy.
Like, they don't give a fuck about each other. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah. Luffy doesn't know he has a dad.
Yeah, he's Dragon's my dad.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other. It's like they don't. But like, what I'm saying is like, Luffy has connections to a lot of people in the revolutionaries already.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not far fetched.
Okay.
Like it would be harder for Kobe to be like, at the end, do I catch Luffy or do I team up with him to stop Blackbeard?
That actually would be a lot like Garp and Roger too.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that actually would be a lot like Garp and Roger. Yeah, I'm good with it. I just don't know if I think I got to see more before I know for sure if Im's really that deal.
I don't see how he couldn't be. He kind of has to be. Even if he's not like a crazy fighter himself, he's gonna have all the weapons that he needs.
Oh yeah, that I'm good with.
He's got the Garosi, he's got a Kanu, he's got everybody he needs to back him.
That I'm good with. I'm more than good with that.
Or when are we gonna get back to Garp versus Aokiji, do you think?
When the fight's over and one of them's dead.
So we're not going to get to see it?
No, this is One Piece. No, it's One Piece. When the fight's over and one of them are dead.
I just want to see it. I don't want to wait until the end. I want to see it. That's the only thing. That's just the off-screening of fights, man. Is just so rough. Like it's just
like right now. I think Zoro and them are fighting the Seraphim.
Yeah, there's. I don't know if Oda took into consideration that he's making these things as strong as he is, already, and they're just children. I just don't know if he took into consideration how much that doesn't make sense.
I mean, you have to have, in a way it does, because you get rid of the warlords. So to tell Mihawk, we don't need you anymore, you have to have something you think will be able to beat Mihawk. You know?
They didn't tell him they didn't need him, they disbanded.
Yeah, but that's why. They broke up the warlords because they had these now. Remember, all the ships just showed up at their door. So that's for them to tell the warlords, we don't need you anymore, you gotta have something stronger than the pacifistas.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it'll be tight. I think everybody's approaching their in-game forms pretty much. I don't think Frankie can get too much stronger, seeing as how it seems like we're about to leave Vegapunk. And maybe Vegapunk gave him a small upgrade, but I think Frankie's about where he'll be. What if Frankie leads an army of pacifistas, though?
I think it'd be very interesting if they gave him the ability to control them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
If that was his upgrade, I think that'd be interesting. I almost think he would turn him into an army of Frankies, though. That's just what he'd be working on.
They all have cola guns. Imagine 2,000 pacifistas doing it.
Exact. No. Tell me he doesn't pull up on San Juan Wolf with 2,000 pacifistas just ready to go.
That's a bad day. That is a bad day.
For San Juan Wolf.
But yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, I would think that's pretty cool. So we have a break from One Piece.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens next. We'll see the truth Sabo learned.
Oh yeah, that's important too.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I mean, I hate to be this guy, but it's time to get Dragon maybe out there, maybe throw a punch. It's time, maybe do something.
It's coming because remember, Dragon's not worried about the admirals. Dragon said we're not going to have a problem until the Holy Knights get active. So it sounds like he knows shit's about to have to, get real for him.
Well, I mean, I would assume the revolutionaries could be an admiral. I mean, with all of them, and I would assume Dragon could beat an admiral 1-on-1.
He should be. I think Sabo can. So, yeah.
Well, probably besides Akano, he probably could.
Okay, fair.
He's got to have another step up before he can match fire with fire.
I mean, Sabo's hockey's really fucking strong.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Sabo has Ryu.
How do we know that?
I just think so because when he was in Dressrosa, when you see, he does a little dragon claw and hits the ground, and he doesn't hit it that hard, but the ground just shatters. So that's just my guess.
Yeah, I've seen people say that, and I don't think that's what that is because I don't know. I just feel like people want him to have Ryu just right off the bat, and I just don't think that's how it should happen. Because Dragon Claw is the move. It's not. Like we see, I don't know. I've seen people say that Ryu is Dragon Claw, but I don't know.
Let me ask this: do you think Dragon probably can use it?
I would think he would have to be able to.
Okay, so
like if you're in the top 12, you should probably have.
Okay, and my assumption is that once Sabo got the firefighter, I think Sabo was pretty much Admiral level before he got the fruit because his hockey was so strong. Once he got it, I think he was easily Admiral level. So I don't think if he's been trained by Dragon his whole life or, for the last 10 years, I don't think him having advanced hockey would really be.
I didn't say he didn't have advanced. I just don't know if he has Ryu. You can still have advanced hockey and not have. Maybe he does. He probably does. He's going to have to beat Akainu. So I guess, yeah, he probably does.
Okay.
I still think he beats Akainu. I don't know.
I'd like for him to beat Akainu.
I just can't wait till Akainu calls Dragon a loser. Sabo just goes.
He spits the same verse he did.
Yeah, he just recycles his insults.
Ivankov, who's the real king of the seas, but your dad, a bum.
Yeah, no, I just want Akainu to recycle his insults against people and just embarrass them that way. Okay, anything else on One Piece before we get out of here?
I'm good. That's all we got for now.
Yeah, no, it's 2 interesting chapters. They didn't set the world on fire, but we learned a lot of information, and I always think that's important too. The breaks always suck, but it does happen. I would like to get back and see what happened with Garp and Aokiji when we get back. Also, want to see what happened on Egghead, because we still need to figure out which member of the Blackbeard Pirates is pulling up on Egghead. Is it Blackbeard himself? Because that gets interesting really quick.
I think is Shiryu at the island where
he was when
Garp was fighting? I'm trying to remember if
I don't know because like the timeline in One Piece is so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens so fast.
Yeah.
I think Aokiji beat them all, and then they all left.
You know who wasn't there? Burgess. No, Burgess was there fighting Law.
There. He fought Law.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
I still think Law deserves credit for he still took on Blackbeard and 3 other commanders. How did he not?
I'm not giving him credit.
What? Why not?
I'm not giving him credit.
He fought 4 people.
The moment that Blackbeard took it serious, I think Law got cooked. The only reason he's not dead is because Chopper gave Beppo a rumble ball.
That's hater stuff. You're just not dead.
It is. But if Killer had been given a rumble ball, then Kid might still be alive too.
He probably would have had a stroke and died.
Kid might still be alive too. Chopper saved him.
Okay, well that's fair. I'll give Chopper the credit that he deserves. Well, Khadeem, looks like that's all for us on the agenda today.
Yep.
I guess we're gonna go work out soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you after and see what time we're meeting at the gym.
Okay.
And today is leg day, right?
Yes, it is.
Yay.
Yay, I can't wait. All right, guys. Well, that's off topic for the day. Khadeem, anything else before we get out of here?
Nothing but love.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
There, everybody.
We're up to 50 subscribers. See you guys next time. Bye.